The wildest start to an NBA season we've ever seen. The 2019-20 NBA season has finally concluded. Without embellishment, this was the longest, most stunning, and maybe generally disastrous, yet still among the best time and significant seasons at any point played. A ton occurred between premiere night on October 22, 2019, and when the Los Angeles Lakers won everything last Sunday, almost a full schedule year later. If you can't recollect what occurred precisely, here's a convenient month-by-month timetable to revive your memory on a season, unlike others. Curious to know more? Now let's get deeper into this. Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Remember to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to ensure you get all the updates. Let's start the video. October 2019. Before the season even started, the very political nature of the time was foreshadowed when Houston Rockets senior supervisor Daryl Morey got the association in steaming hot water when he posted a since-erased tweet on the side of Hong Kong dissidents. This activity enraged the Chinese government and cost the NBA some huge business with Tencent, the TV organization that airs NBA games in the nation, declining to air Rockets games as a consequence. In the meantime, the Lakers and Brooklyn Nets were in the country for a display series with players getting sprinkled with inquiries concerning the debate, stoking the fire. Lakers star LeBron James then seemed to censure Morey for his remarks, which prompted him and the association to be condemned back home for appearing to put the monetary interests of the NBA in front of the issues of the fundamental freedom Morey brought to light. The NBA wound up not rebuffing Morey, and this exceptional beginning to the season was the start of a politically dynamic NBA year. On the lighter side, on premiere night, the reigning champ Toronto Raptors got their rings and beat the New Orleans Pelicans. In less fun news, as a cap on the month, the way to the brilliant State Fighters winning the No. 2 by and large pick in the upcoming draft started when to double-cross MVP Stephen Curry broke his left hand on October 30, November 2019. In the wake of being thought finished for his profession, Carmelo Anthony found a home with the Portland Pioneers. Despite being now named a top pick, Ben Simmons had never hit a three-point shot in his NBA vocation, a mark of a consistent joke and image grub. In any case, on November 20, Simmons, at long last, hit a three-pointer, and the response was such you'd have thought it was a title-winning shot. December 2019. On December 12, previous NBA magistrate David Harsh was hurried to the clinic and given a mind discharge. The best non-season finisher Raptors win of the time came on December 22 when they figured out how to return from a 30 direct deficiency towards stagger the Dallas Freethinkers and procure an exhilarating 110-107 triumph, fueled by a ludicrous 47-point final quarter. Also, on December 25, numerous Raptors fans got their desire to see their group have a Christmas Day game. Of course, Toronto got bombarded out by 16. However, basically, it got the significant privilege of playing on the marquee NBA day, isn't that so? January 2020. I think we as a whole sort of knew that the year 2020 planned to suck by how it began with the death of Harsh at 77 years old. A genuine titan in the dunning scene, for better or more terrible. Without Harsh, the cutting-edge NBA, as far as we might be concerned now, wouldn't exist. On January 22, one in general, pick Zion Williamson made his eagerly awaited NBA debut after being compelled to miss the initial piece of the time with a knee injury. It merited the standby as he scored 22 focuses, 17 alone coming in the final quarter, and almost independently winning the challenge for the Pelicans, who simply needed more against the San Antonio Prods that night. Despite the bright spot of Williamson's presentation, January was, generally, an unfortunate month in the NBA with the death of Harsh. Yet in addition, the demise of Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old little girl Jana, and 7 others in a helicopter crash on January 26. The abruptness, all things considered, and Bryant's staggering fame, even after he resigned from the game, shook the whole ball world, and recognitions poured in from one side of the planet to the other. Also, because of the uncommon conditions, the game booked between the Lakers and Los Angeles Tremors on January 28 was deferred because the players were profoundly melancholy. James specifically was vigorously impacted by Bryant's abrupt passing. The Lakers legend had tweeted congrats to James for surpassing him for third on the NBA's scoring list just before his passing. February 2020. On February 10, the Raptors beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 137-126 to set an establishment and Canadian Pro Athletics record of 15 straight wins, an accomplishment that appeared to at long last offer them to the consideration they were likely passing up in one more heavenly season, even without Kawhi Leonard. NBA's top pick end of the week this year was truly outstanding in late memory. Raptors forward Pascal Siakam was named a top pick without precedent for his vocation. Cast a ballot in as a starter, no less. The top pick Saturday night was one to recollect in light of the unimaginable dunk duel between Aaron Gordon and Derrick Jones Jr., where Gordon was ransacked once more. And the headliner on Sunday was tremendous with the organization change to an Elam finishing, giving the sort of super aggressive firecrackers fans had just longed for. Also, throughout the whole end of the week, Bryant and Harsh were regarded in all aspects of the show. It was amazing. Asterisk on February 24, Bryant's burial service was held. We heard numerous genuine commendations from names like Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, Sabrina Ionescu, and even Beyonce during the assistance. Of the many talks given, the one given by Vanessa Bryant was the most powerful, as she showed colossal strength in conveying a wonderful tribute to her first love and girl. March 2020. A day that won't ever be forgotten in NBA history is March 11, 2020, when it was found that Rudy Gobert tried positive for the novel COVID before a game set to occur between the Utah Jazz and Oklahoma City Thunder. Subsequently, the NBA chose to delay the game as well as one between the Pelicans and Sacramento Rulers. Following this bandage arrangement, the NBA settled on the vast choice to suspend its season until additional notification, turning into the leading significant games association to do so due to coronavirus. However unintentional, Gobert testing positive, and the ensuing news that his partner Donovan Mitchell, Nets star Kevin Durant, and the demise of Karl Anthony Towns' mom from the sickness, helped put into viewpoint how serious coronavirus truly was. April-July 2020. During the beginning stages of the pandemic, with nobody genuinely knowing if a season could be finished, there was a ton of reflection presented as numerous media sources, this one included, were working under the direst outcome imaginable. However, at that point, on May 23, the NBA declared its aim to restart the season and eventually attempt to crown a hero. There would be NBA B-ball again sooner or later, only 2 days after the NBA made this declaration. In any case, George Floyd, a person of color, was killed by a Minneapolis cop, causing notice of the passings of Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery II and starting fights all over the planet against hostile to dark bigotry, and in a quest for racial equity and equity. NBA players like Jaylen Brown and Malcolm Brogdon joined these fights, and players addressed if continuing the season amid this social agitation was the correct thing to do. August 2020. The preliminary round of the end-of-the-season games got moving in August with the unmistakable feature series coming from the Western meeting with a couple of 7-game pearls between the Rockets and Oklahoma Thunder and Denver Chunks and Jazz. In the two cases, Canadians sparkled with Luguentz Dort doing as great a task as you're most likely going to see protecting James Solidify and Jamal Murray assisting the Chunks with returning from down 3-1 with a couple of 50-point games that saw him dueling with Mitchell throughout the entire series. Maybe the greatest snapshot of the whole NBA season came on August 26, when the Milwaukee Bucks chose to blacklist their season finisher game with the Orlando Sorcery following the shooting of person of color Jacob Blake by the police in Kenosha, Wis. September 2020. The season continued for the current month, and it would probably give us the best b-ball seen the entire season, with a great second round of end-of-the-season games. In the East, Jimmy Head Servant and the Intensity dazed the top cultivated Bucks and their consecutive MVP and cautious player of the year, Giannis Antetokounmpo, beating them in 5 games. The Raptors and Boston Celtics' most memorable gathering in the postseason was all that we might have requested, going 7 games with a mind-boggling signal blender from OG Anunoby in Game 3. October 2020. This month was about the NBA Finals, and what a finals it was. Despite looking to a great extent overmatched, particularly with wounds to Adebayo and Goran Dragic in Game 1, Miami made a progression of it because of two unbelievable exhibitions from Stewart in Games 3 and 5. Eventually, however, the powerful couple of James and Anthony Davis procured the Lakers their 17th title in establishment history, a fitting end, given the misfortune that happened back in January. Presently, the NBA faces an uncertain, slow time of year with just the date of the draft known, November 18. There's been no substantial sign yet of when a free organization may be, not to mention when next season would begin and what it could resemble. This is it, everyone. So, what do you think? Leave a comment and let us know. Thank you for watching the video. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you still need to. Also, put on the notifications because the following video is going to be a great one.